guys, it's Chocolate, and today we're going to be talking about regrabbing. There are many names for regrabbing, including boosting and chaining. Chances are you have already seen regrabbing in a pub, but just in the case that you don't know what regrabbing already is, it is a process in which two players keep on flinging themselves off each other. And because this is a zero gravity environment, it will cause you to gain speed over time. Now, although regrabbing may look as if it's completely straightforward, it really does require a lot of synergy in order to be formed effectively in a match. So that being said, let's get started. In order to get regrabbing down, you would need to master the right of way rule before anything. This right of way rule specifies whose responsibility it is to initially grab onto their teammate before starting a regrab. This rule is really important because if two players grab onto each other at the same time, it will cause for both players to lose momentum. Now, if we want to avoid this, we have a general rule in which basically is whoever is closest towards the direction of the disc, or whoever has their back facing the disc, is going to be responsible for grabbing onto their teammate in order to perform a regrab. By doing this, a regrab can be performed effectively in a match, and it can be a reliable strat to make sure that you don't grab onto your teammate when you're not supposed to. There are 3 steps when it comes to regrabbing. Step 1. The teammate in front of the regrab will have their hand relatively close to their body and in front while holding down the grip. Whenever someone holds down the grip, we call this auto-grabbing. The advantage of auto-grabbing allows you not needing to time a catch and/or a grab. Step 2. The teammate behind will then push themselves off their teammate's body towards wherever the hand is positioned. The positioning of the hand will vary whether it is to move towards the disc location or to go straight back to goal for defense purposes. And step 3 is to repeat. Now that you know what you need to do in order to perform a regrab, I'll be talking about how regrabbing can be used in a game. As you start to level up, you'll be seeing players starting from behind the catapult, commonly doing what we call a PE launch. I recommend that there should only be 2 players to perform this, while the other 2 will move to the side so that they don't get in the way of a regrab. The person in front of the PE will have to push themselves off the tunnel at the very end of 2, because if you do it just right, when you go at the very end of the tunnel, the gate will open and it will just be perfectly timed rather than losing a fraction of a second, and or being, if you're too early, you would hit the gate and the regrab will pretty much be failed. Next up is positioning. Generally speaking, you would want to position yourself smartly near your teammate in order to have a regrab ready in case of a clear. If you're planning to have a main stack with a duo, you should stay within the distance of nuggets. Next up is leeching. In games, you will see players trying to stop your regrab by doing what we call to be leeching, in which is them grabbing onto you for stun and or trying to interfere a regrab. In order to avoid getting stunned, you would have to have good comms with your team and separate from your boost partner so that at least they can get one of you, not get both. And lastly, there is dribbling. Dribbling is essentially throwing the disc and following wherever the disc is heading by regrabbing. You do not simply chase the disc, but you're going to have to read wherever the disc is going to head to. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing and liking the video as well. Another thing I want to point out is huge shout out to Woosh, Sweet Tooth, and H Money for helping me with this video. If it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be possible. Also, please by all means do not hesitate to share this video because I really want to help the community grow. Have a good one.